4 a.m. First Fruits, chapter by chapter Bible study series, and we're in Psalms chapter 16. This is not just the Psalms about having confidence in God. This is the Psalms about the reason we can have confidence in God, and his name is Jesus. Protect me, God, for I take refuge in you. I said to the Lord, you are my Lord. I have nothing good besides you. I take refuge in you. That is dependence. And I know we all can relate that I have nothing good besides you. Everything good comes from the Father. As for the holy people who are in the land, they are the noble ones. All my delight is in them. The sorrows of those who take another god for themselves will multiply. I will not pour out their drink offerings of blood, and I will not speak their names with my lips. This is about trust, exclusivity to just worshiping God and God only. We see the vile darkness that comes from worshiping other gods. Lord, you are my portion. Other translations say, my portion of my inheritance of my cup. In Israel, land inheritance was everything. And David is saying, God, you are my land inheritance. You hold my future. The boundary lines have fallen for me. In pleasant places indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. What joyful contentment in God's provision and guidance. And this is already an anticipation of New Testament ideas. David believes that we could inherit God. I will bless the Lord who counsels me. Even at night when my thoughts trouble me, I always let the Lord guide me because he is at my right hand. I will not be shaken. We know that Jesus walked the same path. Therefore, my heart is glad and my whole being rejoices. My body also rests securely. For you will not abandon me to Sheol. You will not allow your faithful one to see decay. You reveal the path of life to me. In your presence is abundant joy. At your right hand are eternal pleasures. This is confidence in life beyond. Now let's see the messianic connection in the New Testament. Specifically in the last few verses, they cannot fully apply to David. David did RIP. His body did decay, and his tomb was known. However, this tension can be resolved quickly with Jesus. Verse 11 is not survival after RIP, it's resurrected life in God's presence, overflowing with joy. And the New Testament doesn't just suggest that this Psalms is about Jesus, it straight up tells you. In Acts 2, verses 25 through 31, Peter quotes Psalm 16, 8 through 11, and says plainly, David was a prophet. David knew that he would die. David was speaking about the Messiah's resurrection. And again, it was mentioned in Acts 13 by Paul. David fell asleep and saw corruption. Jesus saw no corruption. It's interesting when you see multiple times a verse being mentioned in the New Testament, you could tell that that was pretty foundational to the early preaching of Christians. And just like this Psalms, Jesus lived this way. He lived fully dependent on God, fully obedient, constantly aware of God's presence. The Holy One who would not see decay, Jesus. Jesus not only walked the path of life, but he was the path of life. Read John 14:6. And his resurrection opened up the same path for all of us, all who belongs to him. This Psalms quietly taught us bodily resurrection before it was even mentioned in the New Testament, centuries before. Thank you for watching this 4 a.m. I'll see you in the next 4 a.m. when we cover Psalms chapter 17 on Monday.